Om Namah Shivaya. We have a major solar eclipse coming up on March 29th. We haven't seen an eclipse like this in over 63 years. Last time such an eclipse occurred, that was on February 4th, 1962. At that time, there were 8 planets that were in the sign of Capricorn. So now also that kind of energy, now it's taking place in the sign of Pisces. It'll be exactly at 14 degrees 47 minutes of Pisces. And if you have important planets around that degree, around that area, then those will get triggered also. And this is going to be in the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapad. So we'll discuss what that means, so what the impact, the effect of this nakshatra is going to be. And the timing wise, this nakshatra is going to take place at 3:57 a.m. Pacific time, US, on March 29th. So that means there'll be 4:27 p.m. IST, Indian time, and there'll be 11:57 a.m. GMT on March 29th. So let's understand what the energy of eclipse means. First of all, during any eclipse, lunar or solar, the earth, the sun, and the moon, they're all aligned in a straight line. So that means our mind, that is the moon, our soul, that is the sun, and our body, that is the earth, they're all aligned. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to go deep, do lots of sadhana, lots of meditation, spiritual work, inner work, because naturally the universe is giving us this powerful window, this opportunity to reach our soul through our mind and our body. So all the three, body, mind, and soul, are naturally aligned. So it's the best time to do mantra, to do all spiritual work. Secondly, if you look at mythology, eclipse takes place whenever the new moon or the full moon takes place near Rahu or Ketu. So in mythology, we had this churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan, where the gods and demons, they fought to find the nectar. They actually collaborated to find nectar from the bottom of the ocean. So after they found the nectar, then Vishnu took form of Mohini, the dancer, and Vishnu started giving nectar to the gods. So the gods and demons, they sat on two sides, and Vishnu started giving nectar to the gods and liquor to the demons. So there was this one demon, one serpent, Swarbhanu. He was very intelligent. So he disguised himself as a god and went to the other side and sat in between the sun and the moon, who were also gods. So Swarbhanu sat there, and Vishnu, in the form of Mohini, ended up giving nectar to Swarbhanu. Swarbhanu ingested, so drank the nectar. And then sun and moon, they saw something was fishy, and they reported to Vishnu. So Vishnu then threw his disc and cut off the head of Swarbhanu. So the head became Rahu, the body became Ketu. So that's why there is this deep animosity between Rahu Ketu and sun and the moon. So the deal was the Rahu Ketu became immortal because he had the nectar. But then because of this animosity, Rahu Ketu decided they'll engulf sun and moon at least twice a year. So that's the whole idea of eclipse. So the eclipse energetically is the death and rebirth of either the sun or the moon. So the solar eclipse always takes place during a new moon. That's when sun and moon are exactly at the same spot. So this one is taking place a bit away from Rahu. So the solar eclipse will be at 14 degrees 47 minutes Pisces, whereas Rahu is a bit further, around 3 degrees. So it's not a total solar eclipse. That's why it's a partial solar eclipse. And then, so any eclipse, in fact, any solar eclipse, I should say, because it's new moon, so it is new beginning. It's the ending of something, but then beginning of a new cycle, beginning of something new. So there's blessings of the something related to the house where eclipse takes place. So it's a rebirth. It's like the snake is shedding its skin. So you let go of something old. There's destruction of something old patterns, old habits, or something related to that house. And then we get a new blessings, new beginnings, new things in our life related to that house. Then this eclipse taking place in the sign of Pisces, and there is so much energy in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So many planets in Pisces at the time of eclipse, and Saturn is also going to join them the same day, a few hours later. So that means water. Water could be the problem. There could be waterborne diseases, or There could be literally tornadoes and hurricanes and floods, all of this. So there could, and because Saturn is going to join and then Rahu is already there. So air and water, lots of winds, I say the winds of change, but lots of issues related to water. So if you are near ocean, be careful. So those could be the problems. So now let's discuss what are the do's and don'ts and things you can do, all of us can do to get the blessings, the highest blessings of this powerful solar eclipse. So now let's talk about the Nakshatra, the lunar constellation where this eclipse is taking place. This will be in Uttar Bhadrapad. Uttar Bhadrapad is ruled by the deity named as Ahirbudhanya. Ahirbudhanya is the serpent of the deep seas. So it's this Naga, the serpent, the deified snake at the base of the ocean. So it is akin to Sheshnag, who is the serpent, the snake on which Lord Vishnu rests. You can see the statue or paintings or pictures of Lord Vishnu. He'll be resting on a snake. So that's the Sheshnag. So Ahirbudhanya is connected with Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini Shakti is the spiritual energy at the base of our spine. So doing lots of Kundalini yoga, or awakening the Kundalini through, let's say, Anulom Vilom Pranayam, alternate nostril breathing. So those are very powerful during this eclipse. Secondly, Ahirbudhanya is like a foundation. See, Sheshnag is the foundation on which Lord Vishnu is resting. So be a foundation for other people. Be a source of support. This like wind beneath the wings for other people. So that's the theme of this major eclipse. Now, the other thing is, see, the results of eclipse we can feel all the way, up to several months after the eclipse. So it's not just that day is the eclipse, you will see all these results on that day. No, so the eclipses are very powerful. So that's the energy. Now, what else? So as we see the theme is the Nakshatra, Ahirbudhanya. The deity is the serpent of the deep sea. So there is a connection with the oceans and seas and water. And anyway, it's the sign of Pisces. So be very careful around water. So literally this could actually be like turbulent waters, both inside and outside. So there could be a lot of emotional energy, emotional cleansing. So be careful on that. And then also externally, of course, any water bodies, water issues or disasters could be possible. Then this is also a big karmic reset. The eclipse is a big karmic reset. So do not act impulsively. Essentially, do not react. So if anything comes up, just relax and let it go, give it some time. So it's very important to stay calm and not make any hasty decisions, impulsive decisions. Secondly, avoid eating food at least a few hours or even say 10-12 hours before the eclipse, because the digestion is weakened. And in fact, whatever we consume that may have this negative energy, negative imprint of all these dark forces of Rahu engulfing the sun and the moon. So that's the energy. So the negative planetary vibrations, those could enter our food. So fasting at least half a day, you can say, or at least few hours before the eclipse, and do not eat or consume any food that was prepared before the eclipse. So let's say you cook food a few hours before the eclipse, try to finish it and do not keep it. If you have to keep, of course, we have things in the fridge and stuff. So you can put some Ganga Jal or some ashes or some other things for the purification. Then avoid any major decisions like signing contracts or starting a big new venture, a very important journey. Do not begin the journey on that day. So at least on that day or one day before also avoid any major life decisions. But you can do lots of cleansing. Cleansing exercises energetically, physically, all those will be very good. So, and then, of course, one of the key remedies would be mantras, chanting mantras. So they say one mantra that you chant on the day of solar eclipse is as powerful as 1,000 mantras we chant on other regular days. So the mantras you can chant, one is Surya mantra, the Gayatri mantra. So, Gayatri is the deity for Surya, so Gayatri mantra. I'll put the mantras in the description. The second is Surya Beej mantra. Om, Hraam, Hreem, Hraum, Suryāya Namaha. I'll give it in the description. The third is very powerful, that is the Aditya Hridaya Stotra. You can search it on YouTube. I'll give a link here as well. Then any new moon, this is eclipse, but any new moon, even without eclipse, is good for ancestral worship. There is this ritual we do, it's called Tarpan. Tarpan, we have this, we take water and black sesame seeds and we chant some mantras, offer to the ancestors, and I'll put those also in the description. So any ancestral worship is very powerful. And then meditation, going deep. As I said, the body and the mind and the soul, they're all aligned. So it's a powerful time for us to contemplate, go within, and this rejuvenation, renewal. It's like literally the snake is shedding the skin. Then one powerful, in fact, I would say most powerful ritual is doing yagyas, fire ceremony, homa, that you can do. And then again, you can chant all of these mantras during the yagya. Then after the eclipse, you can take a bath and then eat anything. Also, after the eclipse, you can also give some donations. And those can be anything to anybody, any kind of donation is good. Now let's quickly discuss what results we can expect all of the 12 rising signs. So based on where the sign of Pisces is in your chart, we'll see some kind of ending and some kind of new beginning in that area of life. As I said, eclipse is letting go of something old pattern, and then some new blessings, something new related to that house. So first of all, Aries rising. Aries rising, this eclipse taking place in your 12th house. Something old will die and then new in terms of connection with the foreigners, but especially this will be a powerful awakening for your subconscious mind. So do very deep meditation. Secondly, then we have Taurus rising. Taurus rising, this eclipse will be in your 11th house. Be careful dealing with your friends, social media, and there will be some new opportunities in terms of income, how to make more money. You will have some new ideas, renewal in that area. But also be careful not to make any hasty decisions, and just letting go of any excessive desires. That's very powerful, very important for Taurus rising. Then we have Gemini rising. Gemini rising, this eclipse will be in your 10th house. Literally your career, something old, the old way of doing things, your purpose, your karma, your career will actually shift and change. You'll discover what is your purpose, what is your true alignment with your higher self. That's very it's going to be very transformative. Your whole career will change. Then Cancer. Cancer, this eclipse will be in your 9th house. 9th house in Pisces. So 9th house means your dharma. You may see that you're having some new gurus associations after the eclipse, or you may yourself become a guru, but some shift will be happening in terms of your spiritual path. And even your luck may shine upon you. And then we have Leo rising. Eclipse will be in your 8th house. So literally change and transformation. Be careful around water. Very, very careful. So this will give you connection with the universe. The question of who am I? What is my connection? And why am I here? So all that 8th house esoteric stuff will be awakened. And you can study astrology, you can study esoteric subjects. That's the best remedy. Then for Virgo rising, this eclipse in your 7th house, you may let go of some old patterns in your relationships, and then embrace or have something new in your relation. Maybe you enter a new partnership, new relationship. Then Libra rising, the eclipse will be in your 6th house. 6th house, maybe some renewal, some new beginnings in terms of your health routine, in terms of your job also. You may let go of old job and pick up a new job. So some blessing will be there, but be careful in terms of debts and loans, all of that. And also perfect remedy is to do volunteer service for other people, help other people. Then we have Scorpio. This eclipse will be in your 5th house. That's something, some new beginnings with respect to your children, or you may have a new romantic partner. But be very careful in terms of any speculative investment. So this is not a financial advice, but do not take any risks. That's the eclipse in your 5th house. Then we have Sagittarius, eclipse in your 4th house. Something to do with your place of residence or with your mother. Something new will happen. But first there'll be something, letting go of the old patterns, old things. But this is also awakening of your inner happiness, your heart. That's the fourth house. So you will discover what makes you happy, and you'll make progress in terms of long-lasting, everlasting happiness. Then Capricorn, this eclipse will be in your third house, something to do with your communication, with your courage, with your skills, with your younger siblings. Those things may have an impact, like a renewal, rejuvenation, or something new, but then letting go of something existing or something old. Second house for Aquarius rising, this eclipse in your second house. That means something to do with your accumulated resources, with your wealth, with your finances. But be careful. And then also something to do with your diet and with your speech. So be careful when you speak. There may be miscommunication. But otherwise, good opportunities in that area. Finally, Pisces rising. This is taking place in your Lagna. This is like complete renewal. Phoenix rising, you'll literally discover who you are. New beginning for you overall. You'll be a new person after this eclipse. So that's the impacts and general guidelines for this eclipse. Then you have to look at your own natal chart. So superimpose the transit chart of the eclipse on top of your natal chart. That's how we go into the finer details. May we all have blessings and good energies and powerful energy of this. May we use that energy in a powerful manner to uplift our body, mind, and spirit. Om Suryāya Namaha.